Well, away from politics, kind of. Should the Foreign Office change the travel advice for Britons thinking of going to Dubai to reflect the Emirates' really quite shocking record on human rights? It's a question that was debated in Parliament today, prompted by the alleged torture, forced confession and subsequent jailing of a young British man. He is 25-year-old Billy Hood, whose mother joined me in the studio a month or two ago to discuss her hopes for an appeal against a long prison sentence, 25 years in fact. Well, the appeal has happened. The sentence has been reduced to 10 years. His crime? A vial, several vials of his friend's CBD vape oil found in his car. During the debate, Natalie Buchan, the MP for Kensington, raised questions about consular support for British citizens who are currently detained in Dubai.
Currently have 2 constituents who are imprisoned in the UAE. I am in detailed discussions with the Minister for the Middle East and North Africa, and I appreciate that there's a limit to what you can say or what the Honourable Lady can say at the dispatch box. But can the Honourable Lady, the Right Honourable Lady, reassure me that the FCDO is doing everything in its power to assist my 2 constituents, Mr. Albert Douglas and Mr. Billy Hood, and is treating these cases as the highest priority?
That was a little earlier today. Well, David and Breda Gukian, uncle and mother of Billy Hood, join me now in the studio again. And we appreciate you coming in. It's always quite disappointing to see the House quite empty at times like that, isn't it? But these are busy MPs. They've got lots of things to think about. At least this debate is happening. You must be pleased about that, Breda.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that, and I'm happy that Billy's name was brought up today. Just wanted to say something though there. His charges have also changed. His charge now...
They've been effectively dropped, haven't
they?
Yeah,
they've been all dropped, and his charges are unintentional
possession.
He's getting 10 years for unintentional possession.
David, what do you say to people, and you always get these people, we'll start with this straight off the bat, who argue, go to Dubai, you know it's got a reputation for being incredibly austere in terms of its penal code when it comes to drugs. You flout that law, you face consequences.
Break any law in any country, you should face consequences. No one's disputing that anywhere in the world. But there's no law being broken. The appeal court, if you read what the appeal court says, drug trafficker, they agreed with everything that we spoke to you about before. And when you get to the very bottom, when you're quite happy, and you get to the very bottom, and then it says, sentence reduced for 10 years for unintentional possession. I can't see how that's a crime. You know, you do stipulate about breaking the laws. No one disputes it. If you go to a country, you break the laws, no matter how stringent they may be, you have to face the consequences. But what happens when you go to a country and you don't break a law, but still face them consequences? That's where the injustice is for us.
Breda, there's a way of looking at this that says, okay, he was I think it was back in January when this, so he's been in prison for a few months already.
11 months.
He's got, from 25 was reduced to 10. I mean, the direction of travel in that sense is good. Will there be further opportunities to chip away at that sentence, or have you now shot your bolt in a sense?
No, we've got one last chance. I think we can go to the Supreme Court, where it could drop to maybe 2 years. But, as we say, it's unintentional. Billy's done 11 months. Send him home.
11 months for no crime.
Send him home. That's all we want. That's all I want is Billy home for Christmas. Not going to happen, I know now, but we'll still keep fighting for him. We'll never give up. So.
I read somewhere, Breda, that you had helped persuade him to arrive at this decision to go to Dubai.
Yeah, I did.
And we know that there is, in Parliament today, a debate about the Foreign Office advice that should be given to people thinking about going to Dubai. What is your advice?
Really think twice. Look into details. Look into detained in Dubai. And only that we're stuck in this position now that we realise how many more innocent people there is imprisoned over there, for a lot of them for some things they haven't done.
David, a few months ago we had Radha Stirling, we mentioned detained in Dubai, the pressure group, just a moment ago there, Breda did. And she makes the point, Radha Stirling makes the point, that this is a systemic problem in Dubai. You've got a legal system often populated by judges who are not from the Emirate, actually. They're brought in from outside, from other countries. And they're almost, I'm not going to talk about a commission system, but they certainly have targets to hit.
Yeah.
Now, their prosecution authorities say that some of the claims that have been made, for instance, about Billy not having access to an English translator, having to sign his confession in Arabic, even though he couldn't speak Arabic, Who are we to believe? The people who say there's a broken justice system in Dubai, or some of those people in Dubai who say actually there's a system that applies fairly to everybody?
Okay, so if it was a one-off case, I would probably side with the thing that there's no smoke without fire. It's not a one-off incident. It's a consistent that goes on and goes back over the years. In fact, in January, they're now going to change the laws. So if you're caught in possession or your first-time offence, it's going to be quashed or you're going to be deported. So because of the case, we believe because of Billy's case, we can't prove that, but we believe because of Billy's case, in January, the law is going to change, that this won't even be an offence.
Is there a possibility, Breda, that may apply retrospectively? I mean, I'm guessing that's what you'd hope, isn't it?
I hope so, but we really don't know. We don't know that yet. We're hoping.
Yeah.
But even the lawyers are not 100% sure yet about that.
And how much access to whom are you getting? I mean, can you paint a picture for us of the kind of conditions he's in? I mean, is it austere? Is it tough? Is it not so bad? How would you count?
I don't really get to speak to Billy because when he phones, I'm usually at work. So he only has contact with the oldest boy, my oldest son. So it's usually Alex that passes on the information to us. He said he's okay, he's putting his head down, getting on with it at the moment. But he said, but he said, please, keep my name out there, keep it going, and don't forget me. And that's why we're here tonight, because I don't want to ever forget him.
But again, prison is meant to be tough. We're not saying prison should be easy, but it's harder when you haven't committed a crime. If you read from the, and I'll keep reading, from the appeal court, they agree with everything that we said, and then you get 10 years for unintentional possession. Even when you say it out loud, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem to make sense. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know.
Breda, obviously, Billy wants you to keep his name up in lights as part of a national conversation, but who are you directing that conversation to now? Is it the MPs who are in the House of Commons today? Is it our Foreign Office? Is it our government? Or actually, the only people that can change this and sort this are the Emiratis themselves? Is this directed to Dubai?
Yeah, I ask the Dubai people, please just send Billy home. Have another look at his case. I've asked Boris, I've pleaded with Boris, and I've got nothing back from him. So I have to just beg them, please send Billy home, send my son home.
The message we want to put across, we just want them to right the wrong. That's what it is. We're not accusing anybody of injustice. We just want them to right the wrong. There's no law being broken. That's what we're asking.
We'll keep following the story.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks both for coming tonight.
Thank you very much.
After the break, Elon Musk says the gravest threat facing humanity's future is artificial intelligence, but you may be surprised by what he says the next most likely cause of our extinction will be.